I'm Harrison Kelly with BYU-Idaho Radio, and I'm joined over the phone by Andria Hutchens. She's the event organizer of the Snake River Showdown that's happening later this week. Andria, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course, and I am super excited for this. I understand this is the third year that the Snake River Showdown is happening. How did this showdown start?
Yeah, so we started it 3 years ago, mostly as an opportunity to showcase our own calves. We raise bucking bulls out of Rigby, Idaho. And so we were kind of limited in places to take them, and so we thought, why not just start our own? And then it's just grown from there.
There's a lot of different cattle companies that work with rodeos supplying, cattle to those rodeos. Mm-hmm. So you take your cattle and you're like, oh, we're going to put our own bull riding event together.
Yeah, so the way that most rodeos work, a lot of them, especially the established ones, they have stock contractors that they work with, and they've been doing it for years. So just, getting your foot in the door with those is kind of hard. I think a lot of people are hesitant to put on their own events just because there's so much that goes into it. But I have a little bit of a marketing background, and so honestly, I just thought it was an exciting opportunity to combine the two things that I like to do, and that's where the Snake River Showdown came about. Wow.
So I'm curious to know, this is your third year, and I hear you sold out last year. How did you start? Yeah. How did you, because this is at Sandy Downs. It's happening at Sandy Downs in Idaho Falls. And what was it like your first year? How did you get all the people together? How did you get the word out? What was that process like?
Yeah, so the first year was a little bit wild. We had it at an indoor arena in Idaho Falls, and that place didn't really it's a really nice facility, but didn't have the infrastructure to do a big event. I think our max capacity that first year was like 800 people. I don't remember the exact number, but we were pretty darn full. Last year, the second year, we were able to bring in more bleachers. So we had over 1,000 people on Saturday night, and for those that attended, they would know, but it was completely packed. It ended up being standing room only, and even then, it was just a crowd of people. It was crazy, and that's what kind of incentivized us. We saw the community's excitement, and they wanted it. They wanted more, and so moving to Sandy Downs, it's 4 times the capacity of the previous facility. So we see this being something that, long-term is going to be a big deal in the community. And I think we're going to get there over the next few years.
So this is your first year at Sandy Downs?
It is.
How did you put that together? Sandy Downs is a very, is a big venue. It's a very... It's a very popular venue in Idaho Falls. That's where the War Bonnet Roundup is. How did you pull that?
Yeah, so we've had some really great contacts there at the facility, and they've kind of helped facilitate the whole thing. But we also have some good friends that used to put on an event there in August, and that was actually kind of why we stayed away. We were interested in Sandy Downs from the get-go, but those good family friends, they put on a really amazing bull riding event there every August. I don't know how long they had been doing it, but it had been quite a while. He ended up passing away, and out of respect for the family, we just never wanted to take those August dates and step on their toes, and leave it open for his wife if she wanted to continue to do it. But this year, we got the go ahead from the family to go ahead and do an August event, and so it's kind of bittersweet because we're glad to have it and everything, and I just hope we can do some justice to the event they used to do because it was pretty amazing. So
it's a cool story that it was just a good amount of timing for you guys to get in that space. Mm-hmm. That's really cool.
Yeah, I hope it works out good.
Yeah, I hope so too. And I know you said you source your own bulls. How is that like? What is that like? Because you have your own ranch, and you raise your own bulls. How do you prepare a bull to go from, you're raising this calf to now that calf is in the arena and and someone's riding him. How does that, what's that process like?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of misconception about, bucking bulls and just how they're treated and really the whole rodeo space. But like here at our place in Rigby, we have our herd of bucking cows. They're all registered, so it's kind of cool. We do a lot of like genetics tracking and everything. But the reason that matters is we want to raise bucking bulls that want to do it, like they love to do it. Some of them, like they just feed off of that environment. Like they like the noise and the crowd and all of that. Like you can just tell it's something that they enjoy. Like you'll open the door to your trailer and they'll run on and, that you can just tell that they 100% love what they do. So, we raise them. We actually start working them usually like the fall of their weanling year. So they're not even a year old yet. We'll start bucking them with a dummy, which is just like a little about 10 to 13 pound box that goes on them. So we do this whole training process from the time that they come off their moms in the fall. And then as a yearling and 2-year-old, we're kind of just training them, bringing them along. When they turn 3, if they're big enough, they'll get a rider. And so then, once they kind of know their job around, end of their 3-year-old year or 4-year-old year is when we'll start taking them to events like this. And during that time, we can kind of look through them and figure out, okay, yeah, this one likes what he does, this one, And so we don't just force them to do something they don't want to do. We just, kind of look at their personality and they're able to put together a pen of bulls based off of all those factors.
That's really interesting. And so, because a lot of people, they think, oh, well, it's just the instinct of the bull to have this personality, but they're literally raised to be in that sort of environment.
Yeah, they are. And you can definitely tell, like, we're around them every single day. So they've got some big personalities. You can tell, there's some that are playful, some that are like more serious. There's a lot that goes into it. And as you're around them and able to identify those characteristics, you can really choose, or identify which ones want to do it. And that's how we pick our bulls. So
that's really cool that you're able to take your own livestock and you're able to use them for this sort of cool local event, outside of just traditional rodeo. This is bull riding. And I'm curious to know what goes into designing the fan experience for the Snake River Showdown.
Yeah. So that's something that we've really been working on and trying to figure out. I think one of our biggest, I guess you could say, goals is just to promote, not only the Western lifestyle, but also, the bucking bulls. Like that's why we do it. And so, I want people to know that they're treated very well. I want people to know that they love their jobs. So although it is, mostly based around those bulls, we do try to include some opportunities where people can learn about things like the training process that goes into it. And I think people, they seem to really respond well to that. Like they want to know more. We do also have some unique things that we're trying to incorporate, which we'll see more of this year. And I don't want to spill the details on that yet. But it should be pretty exciting. So.
Okay. And for those that have never been to the Showdown before, what have you done in years past? What kind of Snake River Showdown specific events have you done within these bull riding?
We just do the bull ridings, and so we'll buck different bulls, and then we'll have section breakers, and we use the section breakers to try to, get the crowd up and get them moving and stuff like that. So we've done some giveaways and some stuff like that. This year we're working to incorporate more like event type stuff. And so, you'll see more livestock and stuff throughout the event. But yeah, in the past, like last year, we bucked 50 bulls on one night. And, most people, if you've been to a rodeo, they'll only buck 5 to 10, maybe 15 bulls in a night, not, 35 to 50. And that 35 mark is what we aim to have. So.
That's a lot of bulls. Yeah, that's a full night of, and that's not just a lot of bulls. That's a lot of bull riders as well. How do you get?
It is.
How do you get the riders for the bulls?
Yeah, that part can be a little bit trickier, just depending on scheduling. I mean, there's a lot of really great events this time of year. So the guys have to kind of pick and choose what they want to go to. One thing that we have incorporated starting last year is we give away an ABBI, which is American Bucking Bull, registered heifer. So it's like one of the females that would then raise the bucking bulls. And so we give that away to the bull riding average champion between the Snake River Showdown and then our Jackson Hole event, which is called Thunder in the Tetons. So they have an opportunity to not only win this heifer, but then we also have added money at each event. So, we want them to get paid well when they win, and the heifer is just kind of an added bonus.
So you have multiple events. I didn't know that you guys also ran the Teton.
The Thunder in the Tetons is this year. It's September 18th and 19th in Jackson, and that one. This is our second year doing the Jackson event. So the Snake River Showdown, that was like our first one, but the Jackson one is showing a lot of potential as well. So we're really excited. That's
really cool. So you have a lot of opportunities to show off your livestock at both of these events.
Yeah,
and. I'm curious to know, what's the biggest challenge of having the showdown at Sandy Downs? It's a pretty big arena. What's the biggest challenge you found having it there?
Honestly, so far, we haven't actually done the event yet, so it's hard to say, but so far it's been really impressive how good of a job that entire crew does, like keeping up on the facility. So I think the facility itself is going to be really great. I'd say the biggest challenge is just reaching those people that, they know it as a spring event in an indoor arena, and now we switched it to August at Sandy Downs. So just trying to reach, those people that attended last year and let them know that this is the same event, we're just making it bigger and better. And then other than that, just finding, community partners that want to be involved. And we found some really, really great ones, not only this year, but in past years as well. So this is something that we really want to get the whole community involved in, and we're seeing more of that every year.
Okay. And what kind of vendors are going to be at the Snake River Showdown? Do you guys have vendors?
Yeah. So we do have vendors. We've got some really great food, drink, and then like treat vendors. So there'll be lots of different, snacks and things to eat. We've also got what I would kind of call some like Western lifestyle vendors. So we're going to have jewelry, fine line tattoos, coffee, stuff like that. Just local companies that are trying to get their products out there. And, we are kind of particular about what vendors we take. So the ones that are there, like, we really believe in what they're doing, and definitely worth checking out.
Have you seen a positive impact on the local Western economy just from your event?
Yeah, so the way that we do it, a lot of our help actually comes in from different locations. Like we really pride ourselves on having a crew of people that are very good at what they do. So we're going to have people from all over the U.S. that come out to help. And so they come in, they're eating out, they're up in hotel rooms or Airbnbs. Just their impact on the community is significant. And then you add in, the bull riders coming in and all that. Like, there's definitely a boost that way. I think that, as we continue to grow, we'll see more of that as well.
Well, and I think that's a good segue into the next question I want to ask you, just to end this off. Where do you want to see the Snake River Showdown in the next 5 years?
Yeah, so I don't want to give away too many details,
right.
But we have been working on some really exciting things. The goal is to get it to be, obviously, a big, we want a sold out crowd every night. We want a really positive impact for the community. And we want, more than anything to, like I said, showcase the bucking bulls, not just our own, but, just the whole bull riding and bucking bull industry in general. and then give opportunities to bull riders that they wouldn't have elsewhere. I think it can be really hard, being a bull rider. Like, there's a lot of expense involved going down the road, and there's not as many producers and contractors that I feel like really are looking out for the bull rider's best interests. And that's something that we really want to do, is put together a pen of bulls that they want to get on. They're really good, but they're also honest, like the type that, they're not there to hurt anyone. It's just a really good kind of partnership between bull rider and bull. And so, as we continue to grow, that's the goal: get more bull riders, better bull riders, really good stock, and just create something that has a positive impact on the community. So.
Right. And, this weekend, August 21st, 22nd, at Sandy Downs in Idaho Falls, Snake River Showdown's starting. Doors open at 5, or gates open at 5:30 p.m. and the bulls start. The bulls start at 7 p.m., right?
Correct. Yep.
Great stuff. Is there what's a good place people can buy tickets?
Yeah, so if you look up Snake River Showdown online, our tickets are selling through universe.com. They're a partner of Ticketmaster. So if you go to universe.com or look up Snake River Showdown, you'll find a link to the tickets. If for whatever reason people have a hard time finding it that way, we do have links on our Facebook and Instagram accounts that'll take you right to the page. So
perfect. Snake River Showdown happening this weekend, 21st and 22nd. Gates open at 5:30. Get your tickets. Sounds like a lot of fun. Thank you, Andria, for coming on and talking about it.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
That was an interview with Andria Hutchens, the coordinator of the 3rd annual Snake River Showdown. This is the first year the showdown comes to Sandy Downs. You can catch both days at Sandy Downs on August 21st and 22nd. You can purchase tickets online at universe.com/events and search for the Snake River Showdown. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Weekdays on BYU-Idaho Radio.